So just zeroing in on particularly the climate aspect of cohesion policy and how much this will change things, let's move to city level, because we have here the mayor of Cluj-Napoca. And Mayor Boc also has the experience of being the Prime Minister of Romania shortly after accession to the European Union. So I'm curious to know, how did Cluj use cohesion funding to acquire the label of being an EU climate neutral city, which is also a great kind of target to aim for cities. How is it best to provide support to cities? We now have the mission cities, and I think Cluj is also part of that. So there's a number of city-level initiatives that the EU has taken through various funding programs, cohesion, but also transport and other funds. From your point of view, what's the right kind of support that should be there from EU level and national level?
First of all, thank you for inviting the European Committee of the Regions in this excellent event. I'm honored to be part in such a high-level panel, and also honored to talk about Cluj-Napoca and my city in the very heart of Transylvania, Romania. Of course, when you are asking cities and regions, what do you need from the European Union in order to achieve the green and digital transition? Of course, first word which is coming to your mind, it's money. But I would say money is not the first and the only thing we need. Yes, money are important, and I will talk later about that. First, I will say that for cities and regions, the green transition is not anymore a choice. It's an obligation, it's a necessity. As you can stop smoking, but you cannot stop breathing or cannot stop pollution. So we need to do now very concrete actions on our regions and cities, because before we are going to have a planet climate neutral or a continent climate neutral, we have to have climate neutral cities in order to achieve this excellent and of course we know important objective of our time. But as the Prime Minister of Luxembourg said in the morning, when you have a very important strategic objective, very important strategic goal, like green transition, you may kill such an objective in many ways. One of them is, of course, bureaucracy. As the Prime Minister said, bureaucracy after bureaucracy after bureaucracy, in the end, nobody knows what to do it, because it's too crowded and will give up. As sometimes, for filling a European project, you need a PhD. So you need further simplification for that, definitely. It was done a lot, but we still needed to do it. The second element, of course, lack of money. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said once, a goal without a plan is just a wish, but also a plan without money, it's also a wish. So we need money and investments for that. The second element, it's lack of collaboration between different stakeholders. And I'm so glad that European Investment Bank did such an event in order to listen to each other and to collaborate, because the power of collaboration, the power of ecosystem is fabulous. It creates a competitive advantage and adding value and put the synergy of funds to work together. Because first, it's important, put our funds working together instead of asking new money all the time. Put the funds working together. And the fourth element is lack of communication. If we do not communicate our results, if we do not involve all the stakeholders in the society in the process, it cannot be successful. That we try to do in our city. Bring all the people on board, talk with all the stakeholders, explain what the benefits for the city is to have a climate neutral city in terms of the interest of every citizen. Because if I'm talking in abstract about climate neutral, people say, I don't pay attention. But I'm telling them, look, this year, 10 times more people died in hospitals due to the heating process in the summer. They say, okay, it's a problem. Let's do something to avoid that, to avoid the pollution. So communication is important. And here, what President Calvino said, and also the speakers in the morning, we are in front of the European elections. And coming back now to the green transition, we have to pay attention to the regions. Not all the regions are the same equipped with the green transition. We have to be careful to adapt our policy to the concrete needs of each region. Why? If we lose the territorial component of the green transition, we are going to extend the feeling against Europe. The green discontent could be higher if we do not pay attention what is happening in every region. People are worried about their jobs. They are worried about their security at home. They do not have perspective for their families. We have to listen to them, to act, and to invest in green jobs. And for that, we need European support in every region and tailored to each region case in. And I close with two recommendations. Of course, cities need money, of course, for investments. We cannot be left alone in the process of green transition, of achieving a climate neutral cities. We need a synergy of funds from that perspective. And here, I strongly support, for example, the idea of having a pan-European financial facility for green transition for cities, supported from the European Investment Bank, because all cities are with the same problems in the green transition. We have the problems with energy, we have the problems with the innovation wave, we have the problems with public transport. Let's have this kind of pan-European fiscal facility for cities in the green transition, and as always, the European Investment Bank was together with the cities and regions. I will invite you now to think about how can we do better in this condition. And last but not least, technical assistance and expertise. I think technical assistance and expertise is a game changer for our cities. Not all of them are prepared, as I said before, to achieve the green transition. We have to help them to better understand the conditions and the facilities and opportunities and how can do the best of their work in order to have the best quality of life in every corner of Europe. Because in the second part of my discussion, of my speech, I'm going to talk about what President Letta said yesterday in Mons, a fabulous phrase. Yes, we have freedom of movement in the European Union. It's a religion. But also we have freedom of stay. Let's help people not to be forced to leave their own city, region, or country due to economic reason. To have the freedom of stay, but assuring the quality of life in every region of the European Union. And for that, as I said, we need at least money and technical assistance. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that very concrete proposal. It's good to get down into the specifics of what needs to happen.